Alrighty, beautiful people. Let's see what juicy news are the devs bringing for 9.1.5. They released today another big patch notes with some really good changes, some really good features coming or being changed in the next patch. Things that some people didn't thought they would see in this expansion or not this early in the game. But let's be honest, I mean, considering how like the subs, the player base and everything developed in the last couple of months, they have to do big changes. They have to bring some like really good things to the game, or like revert some systems or mechanics, or dissolve some systems to make it good, to make it work. It might even be too late, some might say, but let's see how it's gonna be. Let's see. PTR development notes: AoE cap changes, class tuning, weather in cities. This is the biggest thing. Weather in cities. Yeah, this is the hype. This will bring players back. Blizzard released a blue post with all the upcoming information on the 9.1.5 PTR, including things that are being added in the future builds like AoE cap changes, class tuning, and weather effects in Stormwind and Orgrimmar. The patch notes also cover popular additions revealed last week, including the ability to swap covenants freely, the removal of conduit energy, and Legion time walking, including Mythic Plus dungeons. On a serious note, AoE cap changes. Insane. Class tuning, I mean, class tuning and class changes are happening from patch to patch, from expansion to expansion, so this is normal to see. This, on the other hand, is pretty interesting. And yeah, as we talked before, swap covenants freely, big quality of life, should have been up in the game since the beginning of Shadowlands. Better late than never, I guess. Removal of conduit energy, another really annoying pesky little thing that people don't like in the game. Good they bring it. And Legion time walking, this is the hype. Like, I'm still interested, and it's still interesting to see how they're gonna bring this Legion time walking into the game, as in availability and all that stuff. Either way, these are like PTR patch notes. Things will change, probably, most likely things will be tuned and tweaked until the official game will get to these changes, and the patch will be up. But it's good to check them out and see where we are and what they're planning to. The Allied Races: new character customization options for Nightborn, Lifelord Draenei, and Void Elves. The PTR character copy may result in characters looking different while we work to hook up the new customization. Okay, so we can customize some races, our characters better. That's always a good thing. That's always a fun thing. Not a bad thing. I mean, the dungeon quests for unlocking Kultiran humans, Mechagnomes, and Dark Iron Dwarves are no longer required. After accepting the dungeon quest, speak to the NPC again to choose to skip the quest. More skipping quests. Like, hands down, this is the best thing, I think, to allow to skip certain quests or campaigns or things that you have done or maybe already on the account. Art: added weather effects in Stormwind and Orgrimmar. Now, this is one of a big and important part. Classes: all cooldowns of 2 minutes or longer now reset at the end of the raid encounter or when starting a Mythic Plus dungeon, was 3 minutes or longer cooldowns. This does not apply to Shaman's Reincarnation or Warlord's Ritual of Doom. The following area of effect abilities are no longer maximum target capped and instead deal reduced damage beyond 5 targets. These features will be available in a later PTR build. Okay, so basically they are removing the target cap, the hard target cap on, I guess, a lot of abilities, and they're implementing on maybe the same abilities or others a soft target cap. We already have this in the game, the soft target cap, in which some spells or some abilities do proper damage to 5 targets, and then it falls off to the target number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to like maybe, I think, 15 or even more. There are like hard target caps of 5 to 8, and then soft to even more. But yeah, it's good they changed this. This means that the ability will deal full damage against 5 targets, then reduce damage to each additional target beyond 5. This means that while the overall damage done by the ability increases with the number of targets, the individual damage done to each target will decrease. The solution means these abilities and their relative classes will still have a very strong niche against packs of 4 to 6 enemies. As always, tuning will change as a result of this shift over the next few weeks based on your feedback from the PTR. Man, it's good! I don't complain. Soft cap, I mean, a soft cap is better than a hard target cap, right? Definitely no cap at all. It's what everybody wants. Let's see, the following area of effect abilities are no longer maximum target capped and instead deal reduced damage beyond 5 targets. These features will be available in later PTLP. Okay, so Dead Knight, Sacrificial Pact, Abomination Limb, Reanimated Shambler. And then we have Consumption and Bone Storm. Nice. Frost Sight for Frost. Bursting Swords for Unholy. Yeah, man. Big damage. Big damage incoming. Demon Hunter, Havoc, Blade Dance. We might see again the Blade Dance build for Demon Hunters. Maybe? Honestly, I do want this. I do want the Blade Dance build again. It felt so good and so smooth, rather than either Glaive Tempest or the Fell Rush. Then we have Soul Cleave for Vengeance, not bad, and Spirit Bomb. The Druid, Swipe, Feral, Brutal Slash. Okay, only this for Druid? I guess boomies are good, right? Hunter, Soulforge Embers, Rune Carving Power. I mean, yeah, you can use this legendary. Maybe it's, I mean, it can become even more viable without a cap. Beast Mastery, Beast Cleave, Multi-Shot, Barrage. Beast Cleave, Multi-Shot though. Beast Cleave. Yeah, this is the thing. BM Rising, boys. BM Rising. Then for Marksmanship, we'll have Multi-Shot, Barrage again, and Explosive Shot. Explosive is really strong as well. In like big juicy AoE for the burst damage. So the Marksmanship change is good, but I feel like the Beast Mastery, Beast Cleave one, it's even stronger. And for Survival, we have Carve and Butchery. Not bad, not bad. For Mage, we have Arcane Echo. For Frost, Frozen Orb, and Glacial Fragments. Pretty good. Monk, Brewmaster, Rushing Jade Wind. Windwalker, Fist of Fury, and Rushing Jade Wind. Not as Windwalkers are weak or something at this moment. Retribution Paladins, Divine Storm. Ooh, that's interesting. Rogue, Assassination, Fan of Knives, Crimson Tempest. Pretty good. For Salty, Black Powder, Shuriken Storm, and Secret Technique. Okay, nothing for Outlaw. Elemental, Storm Elemental, Eye of the Storm. Okay. For Varlachu, Fellsguard Fellstorm. Okay. Warrior, Whirlwind. And then for Arms, Blaze Storm, Cleave, Ravager, Dreadnought. This is pretty juicy for Arms if you think about it. You do use Dreadnought a lot. Ravager maybe not so much, but maybe with this for like heavy burst AoE. Cleave is there. Yeah, this is big. Like Arms AoE just got improved pretty juicily. Blaze Storm for Fury and Ravager for Prot. This changes might stack or not. I mean, might happen or not. They'll be tested in the PTR in the following weeks, and we'll see how they shift. Things might stay like this, or things might be tweaked up or down. Moving on to covenants. Let's see, these are news that already been posted, but we'll go through them again. So players who reach a high renown threshold will be able to freely switch among any of the 4 covenants without cooldown or restrictions, as well as use cosmetic rewards that they have earned from one covenant, even if they are currently a member of a different one. Both the covenant switching and the use of cosmetic rewards will also apply to alts once the renown threshold is reached on one character. That's top down, hands down, insanely good change. Again, should have been up since Shadowlands release. 100% better late than never, as we say these days. Like with all the news relating World of Warcraft and the development of the game right now, I think everybody is either saying better late than ever, or they're either pissed at the devs just because it's too late and it's, you know, spitting in our faces, and it's a shameful disrespect towards the players. And I kind of tend to agree with people saying that, of course in a nice, respectful way, not in a hateful harassment way. But I'm saying that I kind of agree with them, just because these changes, or some of these changes in this way, or in maybe a tweaked difference, have been requested by like players for months and months, even from like before Shadowlands. It's good that are coming now, but might be just too late. Another really good change which has been requested so much is this one over here. Conduit energy has been removed, and conduits will be freely swappable without any restrictions. I mean, I know people that are like, you want to play multiple specs, you want to play multiple builds or to try out, test out, but then the conduit energy is like limiting you, and then you need to wait a couple of days to get it back. This is big. This is big. And then they're bringing even more quality of life towards alts and leveling with this one over here. Completing the Shadowlands or Kortia Covenant campaign on any characters allows alternate characters joining the same covenant to be eligible to receive the renown associated with that campaign from all available catch-up sources. So basically, let's say you do on your main character the full Kyrian campaign, the full Kortia campaign, and then you want to level up an alt, you level up the alt, which let's say it's gonna be Kyrian as well. You skip everything, and it's so damn good. It's amazingly nice. You skip everything. You don't need to do like you don't need to walk through the quests again, the same quests. The thing is, the quest and the lore behind the campaign, it's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty interesting, right? And it's fun and it's entertaining. But doing it once, it's awesome. Doing it twice, you're like, gotta do it, man. It's on my alt. What can I do? I need a renown. Doing it third time, fourth time maybe, for players that play a lot more alts, it gets tedious, boring, and annoying. So that's hands down a good thing. Okay, let's see. Completing the Shadowlands campaign on any characters allow alternate characters joining that same covenant to immediately unlock their third soulbind. Another really good thing. Again, players were discussing about time walking dungeons, as in Mythic Plus dungeons, for a long time. There are a lot of players that maybe enjoyed Legion dungeons, Legion Mythic Plus, BFA Mythic Plus, and would be interesting even to see prior to Legion dungeons transformed into Mythic Plus, you know, content and encounters. Hands down, can be done. It would be a lot of work from the dev team, but I think people will freak their minds if there will be more than this. But with Legion Time Walking Mythic Plus being added, it just shows that it's a possible change, it's a possible thing to happen, and in the future we might get even more. So this event will run for 2 weeks the first time it runs within the game, and then will resume a regular 1-week schedule for subsequent bonus events. Time Walking Dungeons: the Black Rookhold, Eye of Azshara, Dark Heart Ticket, Vault of the Wardens, Militarian's Lairs, and Court of Stars. The list of available dungeons during Time Walking holidays has been adjusted. Okay, so basically they give this event 2 weeks, for full 2 weeks, exactly when the patch lands, and then it's gonna be on a weekly scheduled event, like other events, like other time walkings. Personally, I would like this to be on at all times, and I'm pretty sure a lot more players would think the same. Having this event every couple of weeks, every, like, I don't know, 1 month and a half, I don't know how many weeks of events are out there. I never track them, I never like check them out, but having this event, like having the ability to do these time walking dungeons in Mythic Plus environment, as I said, maybe like one time every 2 months, or like 1 week every 2 months and stuff like that, I don't think it's enough. And I think in the current stage of the game, people want more of it. People will want more of it the moment it's going to be released, and they'll just ask to make it available for more weeks, or to make it available at all times. In my opinion, at all times will be perfect. But while Legion Time Walking is active, players can speak to Tashop in Oribos to acquire a Time Sworn Keystone, allowing access to max level Mythic Plus difficulty for the 6 Legion dungeons. Legion Mythic Plus dungeons accessed in this way have their own set of affixes, reward loot of the same item level as Shadowlands Mythic Plus dungeons, and count towards weekly Great Vault reward options. Items acquired from Legion Mythic Plus dungeons can be upgraded with valor points, but will not appear in the Great Vault. Now this is dope, this is big, this is what I wanted, and this is awesome. As I said, this brings even more customization to the items that you can wear, because reward loot of the same item level as Shadowlands Mythic Plus dungeons. Now, this is a but over here. So let's say you do three Legion Mythic Plus, you'll have 3 Vault keys done, but apparently you won't be able to get in the Great Vault Legion gear. You can upgrade it with valor points. Still good, still good. I would have liked to have it in the Great Vault as well, but it's still something nice. This changed the ability to get the same item level from Legion Mythic Plus, and the ability to upgrade it with valor, even though you won't have it in the Great Vault. it's gonna improve the customization of your items. I think having a bigger pool of Mythic Plus dungeons available at all times, like Shadowlands combined with Legion ones, and probably, this might be optimistic, but probably in the long run, BFA ones in 9.2 or 9.2.5 maybe. Lower item level PvP gear will now scale to a higher item level in PvP situations than before. This should reduce the power level gap so that new characters can feel that they are able to compete in battlegrounds and arenas. They are trying to close the gap in PvP. They are trying to bring players together and make it like more of a skill PvP rather than item PvP factor. Not bad. More quality of life changes. Alternate characters on an account can now choose to skip the introductory Shadowlands questline that takes place in the mall by speaking to High Lord Darion Mograine after accepting the quest Shadowlands A Chilling Summons. Please note that to enable the skip, you will need to have logged into a level 60 character who has completed the mall introduction first. Mall skip! How many of us want this? And was like waiting for this. This is dope. Rune carving. The rune carver will now offer to destroy an existing legendary item and return all of the soul ash or soul cinders that were spent to create the item. Really good change, really nice. Why they are coming with this so late though? Think about this, guys. If all these changes that we've been through were up from the beginning of Shadowlands, how many of you would have still played WoW and not play Final Fantasy right now in waiting for New World? Group creators can now set a minimum Mythic Plus or PvP rating requirements for applicants. Okay, this is interesting. So basically, you create a group for whatever, Mythic Plus or PvP. Actually, for PvP, it's big. Let's say you create a Mythic Plus 15 and you only want 1.7k rating or higher. You put that, and then only 1.7k rating can see your group and apply to it. And then for the PvP rating, it's also really good. I mean, for even for arenas as well, but for battlegrounds also. I know myself, like all the time, making battlegrounds groups and then like note your current rating, note your this and that. So with this, you want, like, if you want to make a 1.8k rating group, you just set that and people will join, will be able to queue up only if they have current 1.8 rating. Group creators can now select a playstyle to set expectations for their group. Wait, what? Group creators can now select a playstyle. So I'm making a group for, let's say, Mythic Plus. And what playstyle? Full Pepega. Dive in, charge in, no mechanics, full damage. What playstyle do I choose? This is we have to see how this will be implemented, or without the playstyles available, if they're going to be predefined playstyles. Chain pool, no interrupts, exactly. As Dragzoon says, chain pool, no interrupts. Dude, okay. As I said, you can say whatever you want to say. It's too late. People left for Final Fantasy. People left for other games. People are just chilling and they are tired with WoW and they unsubbed, and that's a part of a true thing. I know a lot of players. I know a lot of community members from the stream or from, like, you know, other places, which told me that the game is not fun anymore. It's not fun to have alts. It's not enough content for main characters, and I agree. Is Blizzard coming with these changes a bit too late? Yes and no. I mean, we are happy that we're gonna get them. We would have been even happier if they would have been implemented from maybe the beginning of Shadowlands, or from the beginning of at least season 2. But yeah, we can complain as much as we want. The important thing is that we get them. We get them, and they are really good. As I said, me personally, I'm hyped about Legion Time Walking Mythic Plus. The fact that we will have more items to customize our characters with. One thing that can be changed with that, one thing that I would like to be changed, is that Legion Time Walking to be available at all times, not only in a certain week of the event. We'll see. Maybe the feedback of the community will get back to them and they will change that. As we see now, like, our feedback for like months and months prior to Shadowlands or through Shadowlands, it's finally kind of getting to them with the conduit energy removal, with the Covenant freely swap, maybe more things will be changed in these things. But so far for the 9.1.5 patch, things are looking pretty good for alts, for leveling, for skipping quests, skipping campaigns, getting the renown faster, swapping alts. As I said, AoE cap changes, pretty big. Still, I feel like for max level there should be more content, or there should be, I don't know, things that could keep you in the game for more, rather than just like pushing some real score, or like doing the raid in 1-2 days maybe. But we'll see. Things will change. Things are changing in the good way.